Hello guys, just want to give you a quick update on my Kayla Weed on the left, my Gorilla Glue number 4 on the right. Kayla Weed is named after my last military dog. It means happiness in Hawaiian. This is a cross between MK Ultra, which I bought a feminized seed from Seeds Here Now about 6-7 years ago. And when I got one I liked, I had it cloned, and then I used an Afghan seeds. I came across in the service and bred this, and so this is the fourth one that's been female. I haven't focused hard on these, but I try to give it a shot. We got a female, so we're going with this one. And we're at 11 weeks, 1 day today in flower for both plants. And the Gorilla Glue number 4 is on a little riser there. You can see that was to keep the canopy near the same height. So the Kayla Weed's a little bit higher, a little bit taller, not much, but they're doing well. I use Foxfire Motion for a soil. I use Gaia Green amendments. I use growers recharge once a week. I top dress on week 4 of flower defoliate. I use CalMag pretty much daily, but I use monosilicic acid every other day. Watering inside, I water every day. Or sometimes I'll dry back, but it depends on the soil, what the conditions are. But every second watering, I use monosilicic acid, which is silica, and it provides these plants with a lot of strength to be able to hold these buds, not bend over, not require me to use a trellis knot. I've done that. I'm not into it. I do it at work. It is what it is. But for me, this has been easier. It also protects you, monosilicic acid, silica, that form of silica, not silica dioxide, not phosphate silica. They break down longer. Monosilicic acid is a liquid, is soluble, water soluble. You use a 0.5 milliliter per gallon. You put it in first, it'll raise your pH very high, so you put that in first even before you pH the water. I don't mix chemicals or nutrients with it because I grow organic with Gaia Green, so the nutrients are already in the soil. I top dress on week 4 of flower. If I take these plants longer into veg, I'll top dress then too. That's why I try to leave space up on top. In the southern tent, I have plants in there, 4 of them that are in 5-gallon, well 6 actually, but 4 and 5-gallon bags. But I leave plenty of room on top for top dressing, because then I'll add more soil, I'll add worm casings, and then more Gaia Green products on top of that. And if you don't leave that room, them Gaia Green products, it can form up like clay and make your water not want to drain through it. So just little stuff like that, rubbing it in good. So these plants, like I said, 11 weeks and 1 day in flower today. My Kayla Weed's doing pretty good. I'll see if I can get down there and look at it. You can't really, oh man, I can't even tell if you guys can see this plant good or not. I just should have worn my glasses. But you can see there's a lot of epistles still on this, and you'd be like, my God, that's still growing, man. That's not ready. Well, that's when you don't go by the pistils, even when you think the pistils are telling you it is ready. This is pretty much the landrace strain of this weed showing through. A lot of landrace strains, in my opinion, and that's only my opinion, want to continue growing on in flower. Now, I've looped this, and I've looped it today, and it's showing about 7-8% amber on the bud. Yeah, the sugar leaves is all over it, but I want it on the bud. The calyxes on these buds are still make it look like it's wanting to grow. But that's the landrace trace. This plant just trying to keep itself alive to get that one chance to get pregnant again. But the weed has, I'm sorry with the camera, guys. I will try to get somewhat of a close-up if I can get it, so it's really kind of hard to see, but it's come along quite a ways. It looks it's a lot frostier than it was at week 8, and I was a little nervous. The last one of these plants that I got was 18.3%. I'm hoping I can beat that with this one. I think it will. The Gorilla Glue, I'll try to focus in on that a little bit. Really started to, resin up heavier after week 7 and 8. I was a little nervous, thinking the genetics on this might not be all that great, and it would be not quite the fire that I'd like it to be. But it's really come around. Not only that, but by letting it go past that 8 week mark, they give you 8 to 10 weeks is basically what Gorilla GG number 4 would be. Kela Weed, I have no idea. You could try to say MK Ultra is a 10-week plant, 8 to 10. But so is Afghani, but it can go for. I've had lamb's bread take 16 weeks in flower. So, you really just got to read them. And so these plants have come around a lot. They've bulked up in the last 2 weeks quite a bit. This one is Kayla Weed. It's really interesting to me. Just the way it's growing, the way the buds are forming. It's and I've kept the leaves down on it just so the sun or the light can penetrate down to the mid buds. And the same on the Gorilla Glue, although that one's not really feeding off itself that as much as the Kayla Weed did, or has, but it still is gained up and bulked. But there's no pistils that, not like you can see on the Kayla Weed. The Kayla Weed, Gorilla Glue number 4, you look at the pistils and say, oh yeah, those pistils are done, and that plant's done. I want 30% amber. And then you look on this one, you go, oh man, look at all them pistils, look at all that growth. Well, no, man, these are the same deal, man. They're pretty much, as you look at, I'm sorry about that, guys. As you look at the plants, you're pretty much, oh, Jesus, I lost my whole train of thought because I'm dicking around with my phone. I'm sorry. But no, as I've watched these plants come along, it's been really interesting. Like I said, with the calyxes on this and the pistils and the different colors on the sugar leaves, and compared to the last ones being pink. Both these plants will be harvested probably in the next 5 days. That's probably where it's moving quick now. The Gorilla Glue didn't eat off as many leaves, or I would have taken more off. But it's getting sun down to the mids as well. And I got a lot of good tops here to smoke. So I'm hoping this plant, Kayla, will test out higher than 18.3 like my last female Kayla. So we'll see. She looks a little bit different, and in a good way and in some weird ways. But I think, once we get her stable, who knows, but been fun to grow. Anyway, so that's where we're at. I appreciate you following along. If this video makes absolutely no sense to you, it's because I'm higher now. Man. But not like you want to hear that either. All right, man. Peace.